A nation forged in resilience from the ashes of the 11 years brutal civil war through the shadows of Ebola, COVID-19, and the mudslide. Sierra Leone rises, but the journey is far from over. Governance strain. Youth demand more. Women demand more. 60% in poverty. But what if the solutions lie not in silence, but in dialogue? This is not another talk show. This is State of the Nation, where every voice feels change. From Freetown to Kono, we are turning debates into action. No script, no spin, just Sierra Leoneans rewriting their future together. So we bring you a movement not just to speak, but to be heard. Speak out. Hold power to account. This is your nation. This is your voice. This is State of the Nation. Only on Liberty TV on Facebook, YouTube, and on www.libertytvonline.com. Every month, the last Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in. The nation is watching.
Una where they watch me, this na quick message on the mpox sick na salon where they come out from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case them na salon just they go up. For make sure so you not get this sick, National Public Health Agency don't say before once we an all time avoid baku shaken and up and not go near person where get the signs them of mpox. And say, if you sabi anybody will get eye fever or rash and body, make him rush go na hospital one time. This message come to you from Liberty Online TV.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the final edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will they bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Friday morning. Mina Khadija Bangora.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today na Friday, the 27th day of June, 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, early this week, President Bio clocked 7 years in office. Well, now this edition of the program today, we can look at the progress with on the Pansalon developments, especially from the perspective of the Chief Minister, Dr. David Senge.
Well, this and plenty other issues them day na the program for you this morning. Plus, you will get update on the alleged Harbouring case where they go on now with one famous businessman, where they call Mohammed Basha, where they now na police custody for investigation. And Liberty Online TV don't they follow this story and we'll give you update this morning. And also, as you hear from Mabel, early this week, His Excellency the President Dr. Julius Madabio clock 7 years na in administration. Well, waiting at the development strides them when government don't they do how the progress stand like way campaign development. This morning we talk to Dr. David Moinina Senge, when the Chief Minister. We go can give your own perspective on waiting a thing say develop the various developments them where they go on, especially where they just come out na international trip. Say His Excellency the President don't be the chairman for the ECOWAS bloc women say now they in charge of 16 West African countries. They now we get both the Anglophone and Francophone country them we fall under the West African bloc. Then just commodity and serve their all several engagements them na the European Union. All of that you gonna know inside the breakfast show this morning. But firstly, before we go give an update on what's in the happen now on the alleged Harbouring case we get for do with one business tycoon Ahmed Bashar. Now the studio this morning will get Dr. David Moinina Senge, we are the Chief Minister of Sierra Leone. Good morning, David, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's not the Chief Minister. We go can tell we waiting on your own perspective on developments them where they gone under the bio-led administration for the past 7 years where they don't stay in office.
All right, the breakfast show they continue and we get quick updates regarding the issue we get for do with Ahmed Bashar, when a popular businessman where they help the police now with investigation where they carry on for circa 3 underage girl picking them where reports say it been harboring in us. Well, for circa this make, follow we hear from the police where they do the investigation. We report Maria to Sheriff for the follow up on this issue. Talk to ASP Mohammed Bobson Senu, when the Deputy Head of Media and Public Relations at the Sierra Leone Police, as he make this report for circa this investigation where they carry on. Also, the police don't confirm now say Ahmed Bashar and 6 other people they help the police with this investigation. Let me watch as Maria to Sheriff bring come this report on that.
Early this week, Liberty Online TV been bring on a report outside people been say one popular businessman, Ahmed Bashar, been keep 3 underage girl picking them na in house for 1 week. Outside Liberty Online TV been going at the criminal investigation department where they investigate this matter. Police that same day not been confirmed this charge them where this popular businessman Ahmed Bashar then a CID for. But the family member them be say them be go meeting 3 underage pikinia ma Ahmed Bashar in Osna Aberdeen. We make Liberty Online TV call the Salon police for know the charge them where then they investigate this man Mohammed Bashar for. ASP Mohammed Bobson Senu, now the Deputy Head of Media na the Salon police, he explained.
Yes, currently the family support units now police CID headquarters, they investigate 8 suspects, including one Mohammed Abbas Bash. On Sunday, we now the 22nd of June 2025, police will therefore discover 3 underage there. Now Mohammed Abbas Bash, a resident na Aberdeen, and in the entry, police will also arrest 7 others for alleged harboring, meeting a guard for sexual purpose and alleged sexual penetration. So these are the 3 alleged cases where them suspect they are, including Mohammed Abbas Bash, the help the police with the investigation. So far, the age, we get one winner 17 and 2 of the guys then now 16 years.
Now where the Salon police don't confirm say, then they investigate Mohammed Bashar and 7 other people them for alleged sexual penetration and other crime them. What don't happen to the picking them? Now question where Liberty Online TV asks ASP Mohammed Bobson Senu.
Police as protocols demand, we don't issue medical request form to the victims, and we also don't take statement from parents of the victims, and the 8 people, including Mohammed Abbas Bash, now they in the police custody in response to further questioning with regards these allegations. Alleged harboring, meeting a child for sexual purpose, and suspected sexual penetration.
ASP Mohammed Bobson Senu end up say the Salon police go make sure say they investigate this case proper one. For Liberty Online TV, me na Maria to Sheriff.
All right, from that report there, from waiting they go on now, the alleged Harbouring case of one popular businessman, who they call Ahmed Basha. You just don't get update from the Sierra Leone police. We don't confirm, say yes. The FSU department, they investigate and then get that in custody. About 6 suspects them within the investigate. Well, we'll continue for follow this case and go bring an update on how the investigations they go on. With the Canal studio, earlier will be introduced the Chief Minister, Dr. David Moinina Senge, with there so for Kangi the progress so far where they gone in terms of development under the bio-led administration from my own perspective. 7 years down the line, where His Excellency the President on the as the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. In terms of development, waiting in government don't do, it go can give you your own perspective. But firstly, let we just start for talk about 2 major events then we then just come on yesterday and they return back na the country, then been go to Nigeria, Osai President Bio, then be elect as the ECOWAS chairman from there, then go to Brussels and all engagement with the European Union. Within this mean for Sierra Leone, and also we see through the chief minister in social media handles, they talk about a tile factory where say then go can establish na Sierra Leone and plenty other things that we can discuss inside the breakfast show this morning. We start for look at the 2 major trips they wanna just come out, chief minister, just give people them a brief updates on waiting some of them trip there. So especially people we don't they get concerned, say His Excellency the President, amidst challenges in the country, he did travel a lot.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, I think governance and leadership really difficult. When you're a leader in a country, you need for go fenam, you need for create relationships, you need for be a leader for bring investment. We will go Abuja for the ECOWAS meeting, and His Excellency go and here in colleague head of state then the elector for be the new chair of the ECOWAS authority. Not two in one, being then they had the meeting for many hours. Then they discuss Dande and other issues. But we tell God thank you that because of the president in your own history and your own leadership, because of we country in your own role where they play in the world, then elect Sierra Leone and His Excellency for being the chair of the commission. And then obviously we are with that His Excellency in priority then. We get in 3 states then we don't left, the Sahelian states, the AES, a one for re-engage with them. His Excellency have been the first person, we go Guinea, we go Mali, we go engage, sorry, Burkina Faso, we go engage then leader then they after then political distress. And they continue for reach out and they go do this during this period. But also they talk about free zone economic and movement now West Africa. If person go come here, go Ghana easily with your ID card. Salon one pan the country and we don't adopt it by the West African biometric ID card. So we ready. We want to make more people and they get free movement, economy. You see how much we country they participate in the economy, infrastructure. All we rode them from Balamuya to Sulima, from Freetown to Kwendu. We don't time and we try to do the one at Falabas, while they go into Mali and Guinea. So we country ready for integration, and His Excellency now the right tendencies for make me lead the region for economic integration, for infrastructure integration, energy. We see West Africa power pool. We all man they talk about they buy power from Cote d'Ivoire. Now we only buy power from Guinea. One day we self-able for contribute into that network there. We come out there, then we go to Brussels. Gavi, Vaccine Alliance, they raise money, and President Biona one pan the people then the Gavi people then call for make me a right letter to the UK and other world leader then. We make them put money, or we see some other country then stop for give money to Gavi. But so it mean say we all forgive money. And why make Gavi important? I don't know if we'll be the grow up, we sabi people that we get polio. But then we picking there, they don't sabi nobody will get polio. With daddy then, almost everybody been get polio and sickness around them. When a vaccine I make day like today, polio almost eradicated in the world, and a salon really eliminated. Child survival high. Salon and one part of the country, then we vaccination, over 90% of we picking them they get vaccine. But the minister and the president want to go to zero dose. No picking up for this country, yeah, we get 0 dose vaccine. We for make sure so we picking they all vaccinated against all them diseases them with it. And even with this Mpox Council, Gavi Vaccine Alliance, that they make, we get more vaccine than WHO. So His Excellency go there with Bill Gates, with the President of Ghana, with Prime Minister of Spain, I think about 13 of world leader and Prime Minister and Presidents, then go for add them voice, for contribute for vaccine. One for make vaccine then locally in Africa and West Africa in a prime place. And because His Excellency in a chair of the commission, he also continue to advocate for that day. But for Salon, His Excellency meets with the president of the EU Council and then get really good conversation about how then go support Salon, then go support ECOWAS for not just politics and democracy, but in with development. His Excellency meets the Commissioner for disaster management as well for EU, and we talk about all the engagement, and we talk about with NDMA, the National Disaster Management, where His Excellency started a couple years ago, National Public Health Agency, where they all they contribute to disaster prevention. And then we meet the Director General of International Partnerships, then get about 300 billion, I think, in terms of investments globally. And this now being the first term really for me, we'll go deep dive into. Actually, been funny because we'll talk the area then we then focus on now saying a bread and butter infrastructure. We'll depend the conversation about bridges now one, and His Excellency they look for more done all the main bridges, roads. The EU now if we for do the road for going the south. What's in the east stand for now? Energy infrastructure. EU they help we a lot with all the we'll say we don't expand energy access, we don't double energy access. So then access now then village then shift them then renewable energy. EU now they help we a lot with that. The agriculture, road for going at summer boom, but also irrigation. Who's how they put the infrastructure for irrigation. And then digital. If you see Salon today, we get 5G open network. 100% coverage in Freetown. 97% of the population get access to 3G. The number of people then they use mobile internet exponentially grow over the last couple of years. So then infrastructure they need an app for make other infrastructure, and His Excellency talk about that. So it been really not being for ECOWAS, but not being for Salon as well. The trip there.
All right, as you don't give viewers them an update on what I just come up. I know we can talk about now the topic, and this morning we'll go delve into a lot of sector then, because as a chief minister you go must get knowledge on how several sectors then they operate. 7 years down the line when I don't be in governance, a lot of issues them don't they come up, especially issues them we get for do with tangibles them now na manifesto promises them wanna be make. Firstly, let we look at a recent piece where I read from you, where you take time, you write very lengthy and try for in-depth analysis on how these things they work. Now the famous bread and butter issue we wanna campaign with in 2018, now the New Direction Manifesto. This now one of the serious concern I believe say you saved on the hidden concern there, because you're not chief minister, you stay in touch with the people, the ordinary people. Things are hard in Sierra Leone. Yes, you go on for say now a global crisis, but for the Sierra Leone context, in the area of bread and butter, waiting una don't do for ensure say citizens them stop for go to bed hungry?
It's a really good question. Where His Excellency say bread and butter. It means say how we go improve the economy for the average poor normal person. It means say how we go able for make infrastructure. We go make that Monday and that Monday able fena. It means say we able for reduce. So all the indicator then reduce hunger, reduce poverty, improve life outcomes, improve maternal mortality, improve child survival, improve education outcomes, health outcomes. Now that they fundamentally mean. In the beginning, and we at Chief Minister, they say we will deliver. what you did at the start of your political tenure, that promises you make, will make people then put you in. But then promises then they, you need for build system infrastructure, you need for put system then for change. And if they take time, we get 3-4 months rainy season, if they start construction of a bridge, every year you get for pause for 3 months, then you go. You know, you're not time like other country then where you be able to build forever throughout the year. So that period day, and even with the agriculture, what they do, the rains, they get certain effect. It's seasonal. Because we get seasonal economy, it means a large infrastructural projects, they take time, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months for done. So we say we will deliver. Now, 7 years later, the question is, are we delivering? We are delivering. And how we know more, take the indicator then, really. And I'm glad that you put the context of the global rescinding development aid, the global crisis, and now we see again the war where they happen around the world, and most of the investment then tied into certain areas. But if you take education, we not reach we want for reach it, but the number of people, the number we're going to hire in tertiary education increased by over 30%. Number of girls with a done education in school, number of girls with a do go na higher in tertiary institutions for read STEM, number of teacher then will train, number of university then will start. Na Eastern region we start 2, na Kono University, then students in the Eastern Technical University, technical vocational institutes them as well we don't create. So education wise, I can say no indicator no day where if we take the sustainable development goals, you say Salone no better today pass yesterday, none. You take the one thing where I can really like for talk about in terms of bread and butter, now infrastructure, roads and bridges. We get about 13 major crossing points in the country. Kaba Ferry, Tompare, Manawa. President Bill, we nearly done about 4 of them. Another 4 day in the radar for done. And we go and prioritize for do all the major bridges then where they allow people them save time, save cost. We don't make 418 kilometers of tarred road, good road. This not include the 420 kilometers of feeder roads, what they do. So if you just combine feeder roads and main roads, hold on, done over 800 kilometers of roads, 9 we don't do. And then roads then again, by next year, end of next year, we don't reach Kwendu. We'll just like hold on this other one, and then we see the one with the Una Limbaya, Falaba area as well. So we don't do a lot of things in roads. If we talk about health, all the major referral hospitals now get solar. We do solar. We see the one we then do na Connaught. We they give plenty more pin codes. The thing with pin codes for nurses and teachers, you almost will never be able to get all-man pin code because of the wage bill and because of the cap. We get about 80,000 people there on salary, 35,000 people in a teacher there. I think maybe 15 to 20,000 nurses. The numbers are high. If you just take nurses and teachers, they make up more than half of the wage bill, number of people who are on the wage bill.
It's all of them here we explain. Na Salonia, where they say bread and butter. Within the ordinary man, they understand now access to team for it.
Sure. Okay. So more talk about rice. Okay. So bread and butter. So within the government, they open 17 plus factories, sardine factory, and we'll talk about the tiling factory where they can open. This factory there, iron rod factory, oil factory, then factory there, then they give jobs to people. So bread and butter, give them salary. It also means, say, we don't see now, because we plant enough rice, production go up by, I think, 30%, local production. Importation of foreign rice go down. Price of foreign rice go down this year. Price of local rice go down this year. Price of imported rice go down by 30%. No one they happen. I don't remember when last rest price go down. And the only reason we make rest price go down by 30% now because government puts pricing formula. But most importantly, we they get more production now. If the people in a village they plant more rest and then they store and they know they buy more. And so then for make the importer and sell, then if you lower the price of local rice is becoming more competitive with imported rice. Oil, we dey export oil in this country now. Their bas price don't go down. So flour, we dey make we get 2 flour mill them ready for literally make bread. Bread and butter in this case really means the cost of food basket they go down. And this is because we need time for increased production and availability and affordability.
Unpacking the indicators where you begin to talk about the first thing we make mention of now the first flagship program where the president been bringing come way now the free quality education, and according to you we they talk just now the indicators them all no go show and not put salon say improvements on the education business. Correct. According to you, but it was the free quality education. You make mention of the number of teachers them way on Adongi enroll, the picking them where they go school now, numbers they don't increase in as much as the numbers in they increase. One thing where salon people always on the challenge the indicators them way, especially you can pull. Now the issue we get for do it outside the quality they and the free, because if you increase the number of picking the way they gonna school, but they're gonna school and not get this quality, it means you're just increasing the number. Sure. For say the indicator then go show say enrollment don't increase. So outside you go describe the quality per education as salon. Who's indicator where you go point at?
Okay, perfect one. Then do study Oxford policy management independently. Then study this education innovation program, Sierra Leone Education Innovation Challenge, over 500 schools. The learning outcome shows say the salon people then picking the learning outcome in year 2 of the program, the learning what they do, it equivalent to an additional 1 year of learning that the best public education system in Africa. And this is not us. This is Oxford policy management that the program then what we they do for improve. Yes, public. Yes, only public schools.
Because even regional exams we can come out salon performance.
The pass rate don't go up.
The private school then came better.
No, individually the private students then they do well because they get different and extra resources. But if you take collectively, they know they do far better than public institutions. If you take public institution then pass rate overall, and you take private institution then pass rate overall, they are comparable. But yes, you get individuals, the best performance usually from private institutions. And this is true everywhere in the world, by the way. But one thing I want to say about quality. Quality also not to one variable. It composed of many variables. Quality means say your curriculum, if they improve or not. Quality means that you teacher training, how many teacher they do if they improve or not. Quality for disability inclusion, we don't improve inclusive education. Then a feature of quality. The number of picking them where they pass and transition are a feature of quality. Malpractice. 4 or 5 years ago, the whole country, where exam they have in this country, would they say, hey, look then they spy, look then they do this, and they do this, malpractice being high. Because with the reduced malpractice, now an improvement and an indicator of quality, we don't eliminate it, we still the seize Boku phone and here's what happens.
Quality also means thousands of picking and they left out of public exam.
Now that's an issue, an area of improving quality. Now where we try to digitize, you see, change is very difficult. President Biobin say we defeat corruption, corruption defeats back. On that instance, Khadija. And now they don't pull the notice, they don't open the portal for next year. School and they don't go enter it. The portal open now for next year. Then go wait till the last day for make me enter. That's when they enter. Then they say, oh, the system crash. Oh, I get Asabi people then. I get principal and we come to me then say, hey, minister, I not be one for doing half. I've been the wait for all things. Registered. If you begin enter one candidate per day, no more today, they done before the deadline. But then they wait. So yes, it's bad quality because you get people there in the system, but it's not a structural failure. Because people then in a Falaba we enter, then use that system, they then enter. So I agree with you that we need to improve quality, but because quality is not a one variable, it's we need for decomposer there's actually improved quality education in Sierra Leone. I can assure you.
Quality also means, say, up till now, teachers and all receive their subsidies. It will make for even give picking them, then report card them now, then they become reluctant.
You're absolutely right about that. About it's a major challenge with revenues and paying subsidies, because for them volunteer teacher, then they, many of them volunteer teacher, then they now from that subsidy then they pay them, and it's between Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance and Revenue. We will continue for encourage them for pay these subsidies in time, because it affects. You're right. If the teacher is grown, you know, go teach fine, and the impact on the classrooms will be better.
Don't be very honest and accept two major challenge them where they go on now the free quality education. One, now the massive picking they will not able to take the public exam according to you, based on system failure, and also teachers they will not able to receive their subsidy. With all of these, make critique them of the bio-led administration. Don't they say the free quality education, whether one of the flagship program them we want to campaign on, and if you don't sit in that ministry day before you transition go to the chief minister, the free quality education a big failure.
No, if I take one blemish, I'd like maybe then you see I find small, okay? But if I get pimples on my face now, then I get this small bump now, then I get this thing, I say, oh, because I get this bump here, I get this thing, and that means I'm not fine. It's not.
It's not a one blemish. This is not major, because if the teacher the way they go to the classroom,
sure,
way for make the program successful, not they getting subsidies, and when I say a free quality education, then lots of Pekin they're not able to take exams. We see how the outcry of the Pekin them.
But if we say lots, so more put into context. Over about, I don't remember the number now, 170,000 people in take. No, that are the number of people in we register for take. But the number of people who are left out is less than 5% of that. I didn't even know the number, a couple thousand. Anyone we left out, a major problem, but it's not a major, it's a limited number of schools and limited number of, for the teacher then, and the school subsidy, I make you fine for more detail, thank you to the teacher then all the time. Their salaries are paid, those on payroll, those who are volunteer teachers, and it's principal and need for buy certain things as well. Governments, like I say, will they continue for one day, we will make sure, say, now this country at the start of every budget cycle, you put systems in place that adjust, they go straight to the schools. That day will come. But I know the reason we make us say a few challenges. We also don't see 20,000+ teachers then trained. That's a major outcome. We also don't see school health. They don't bring kits, emergency kits with UNICEF. We see them distribute and school feeding. Now, 30%, I think, of the food we WFP they buy for put in school feeding. Now local food now, and our young people and they make them food, then they farmer them with it. So I don't want the reason we make I can resist a general change for say quality because quality we need for decomposer or for say it's a failure. Plenty in the sound. Then picking the we go participate in robotics. Now public school picking
it's not about going to the public school. It's about having the quality education where una promise the picking them.
We are doing
the
that.
Quality aspect as of now, growing concern, they say the quality aspects not there in the free quality education. In fact, it's not working anymore.
So the reason why I would disagree with that is if we decompose quality, because I think maybe that, and I tried to say this, and when I was at education, I say, if you turn switch on, the light's not there, quality not there. That's not an analogy that works in quality education, because quality get a full decomposition, and if we take each one of them there, you're right, there are some that we need to improve on, and we should work to improve on those, but there are others where we're doing well.
CM, it's 7 years down the line And if you want for prioritize, I believe if you say this is a priority program, whatever thing you do, it is number one and a top-notch priority. This issue of the major aspect of this free quality education, because if the subsidy in the schools and abopam for run their affairs, no day. How you go place importance?
Look,
They can let, but not like now 1 month left. They not give you.
I think
this is a continuous complaint. We don't they come. We don't they talk about this. Promises don't they come. Whenever we host you or anybody from government, wanna go appreciate the teachers. Them wanna go this, but that's not the tangible way they need for do the work.
I think that if you take Ireland, then go upon the public education program 1961 or 64, it took years. 7 years not small. 7 years not blip.
But it's not small enough for the 10 years where President Bioga for doing office.
Oh,
he
yes,
just left 3 years for like complete.
But,
and this now something where he say he want for achieve inside in tenure.
But we, like I say, if you take the major indicator there, we're moving in the right direction. We're not there. Maybe we can agree that we're not moving as quickly. We can agree that, but if we don't solve the problem, they are quicker. But we are moving in the right direction, and the numbers.
Now resources not available.
Primarily resources. That's why we're on the IMF program. That's why we're on the World Bank program. That's why we're trying to improve revenue.
Coming around this free quality education.
So take the World Bank free quality education program. It get different components there. It say for buy book there. So now they don't bring the book there except for class 1 to class 3. We develop new book there. They don't bring her. We provide learning materials. We build over 1,500 classrooms. Then money then they for building classroom, then they for buy them bus, then for them disabled picking them, for buy them book then. You don't be able to use them for pay subsidy. However, they go to called performance-based financing, wouldn't give. So then primary school then, yes, some of the primary school then, they don't get subsidy from government, but then get money on performance-based financing from the project. And so the primary school then, small, then tempered, but the secondary school then they're not being get. So the money for the project then I make we get more classrooms. Remember, 7 years ago, the video they open again, and then picking and sitting up and stone there and classroom they not been there. But now when they see them video then they again. Now an improvement in quality.
Seeing the video doesn't mean they don't exist.
No, if they been there like that, people then they go. I sure say that some village then still there. But the kind of way would they been there try there. We build 1,500 classrooms. Now they will picking them there. And now in our waiting governments build them more. Other individuals and citizens build more. So we address that gap there because the major quality problem that have been classroom availability and furniture availability will address that. We don't move most schools to one shift. Then they back now in something.
Most of them one shift there, so you know how passionate the old girls and old people of schools them don't they know about in schools, and most of then school there we go to one shift. For example, are they part of the old girls association of my own school where they do very well for ensure say we build new classroom for we schools them, where they do very well for ensure say we transition to the one shift, not waiting for the government. We see the things that we schools them like you school the Prince of Wales Methodist Girls High School.
You know, say Methodist they go where I've been as minister make we go give them class. So I'm glad for the old girls then.
Not on give with the class.
Go one when I get one day when the government not help una for do. But we glad that we not self-contribute. And I think this is the thing that we need to do more. That government, Methodist old girls then I meet with them, tell them I'm your office them in there most of the time. But I'm proud of what I do. I'm proud of the kind leadership. And if you think about what we need for do more, and then I are glad about that. Even at the village, then there's some plenty people. Then they I get one party within Australia. The same book there, the same furniture there. But then governments can struggle for clear and back, because of but it's still they persist. It's still they do one. So I agree with you. We need to have more civic participation, and then I know improve on the quality. Because of what they do.
Right, let's not labor too much on the education.
I feel when I don't forget to education minister again.
The results are out there, left to the public for judge if there is quality or not.
On this, before I want to beg the public, more not take quality as one variable, more decompose them, and then the area they will need for improve, we improve them.
I bring you back to the area of bread and butter because for the past 7 years there are growing concerns. I sure say you see them because you know one of the government minister they use social media a lot. You stay up to date with happenings in the country. Growing concern there about hunger, poverty, access to electricity, and all of this they happen due to revenue we're not can they for fulfill some of our obligation them. We make the citizen and they become affected. You just make mention say when I get about 17 factory them we don't come up under on our administration. With all the 17 factory there and some of the things that they produce now, you say oil, it's very expensive in the market. Cup of rice now at 10,000 leons.
We don't go down.
It not go down, it's still 10,000.
Now the kind rest way you go to buy, that rest, parboil rest, it don't go down. Now
I
that
don't get time for going to the market. Me, I dey go to the market.
Well,
Every weekend I dey at the market.
the bag price at wholesale na 670 or so the last time or 650.
They can tell una on our office and so then they sell them.
Wholesale?
But they reflect. Not all man gets the privilege for
so it's
buy
a really
wholesale.
good point
Some
that
man
you're
buy
measuring.
copy, they buy.
It's a really good point.
So let's say you get a family of 5. You get for buy like 5 cups of rice. That's na 50,000. Pepper, you go na market, then go say 10,000. Pamai, very expensive. And all of them things then I had and they produce them. But whenever on they come na the media, the impression are like everything rosy. But that ordinary man who they go na market, in purse or in pockets, they sweat.
Look, I know they foresee everything rosy. I will never say that because everything is not rosy. But the points that you make that the bag of rice we at wholesale go down from it was 800, 900 to now 650.
Rest be don't go up to 1 million.
So from 1 million now to 650. The fact that another translates to the cup means a problem there. So somebody, if we don't reduce this by 30% at the wholesale price, evidently that reduction by 30% or near for go down to the citizen then. And this is the part where we as citizens, we as business people also need to really be help governments and help ourselves. Because that means that profits, there's somebody there that chain, when they keep the profit too. These then profits don't reduce. Now that chain, there's somebody they will not they give to the citizen there.
Let's get monitors them. We suppose for they do their work, they go check, for example, at the markets and for know if the change way on they put na paper say they happen up, if it reflects
So
down.
yes to the trade monitors and yes to us being good citizens. Now I make with the publisher, now I make with the sharer. So all man know, like where can I so all man know say the wholesale rest price for parboil na 650. Then you said for say, but if na 650 and trading na be 900 or 1,000, how come the cup of rice na still the same na the market? If you ask somebody, and if not to that market, too, man may ask the person where they buy am from na the shop. Somebody they take advantage. But on the issues where you say, if we break down bread and butter, we take hunger separately, we take poverty separately, we take energy separately, and may we again decompose within bread and butter mean. One of the things that we don't do in this country is that with GDP expand from about 5 billion to 9 billion. And people then can say, this is not just number they no more. But the fact that they expand in that way, and not we say, and you see evidently, and how you see, if you go in the ports, the number of containers then where they can alone increased by 158%. Evidently. If you look at the trade volumes, if you look at the informal and service sectors, these numbers are real. And what a man now then they benefit. Not to all man they see but and we don't want for us they see we people then they die in a street. And we know they see in a salon. All that
they make mention of sonar reports. Now people and where they do them personal investment. And if they tell you the experience where then they get for clear, for example, a container for bringing them business and they come.
Terrible.
Very
it's
expensive.
It is better now. But it's evidence, yes, that the economy is largely private sector. Government's role in the economy for be minimal. So government's role now for enable private sector participation. Then industry, then they with the forex. So what in government they do? now for contribute to the macroeconomic policies so that like forex so stable we don't see. And what people then they say, oh now fix and they fake that forex. Not so true, because if you go to port you see all the exports. If you go Asabi, Hana, Shallop, then they export coffee then out of this country. With the exports, would they make chocolate? People then they buy chocolate. Interestingly, we're gonna EU, the EU ambassador now, Jacek Bindede. We'll go, the gift what it take for give one pint people there. Now the coffee, Hana, what's the coffee name? One band the salon coffee then made here. Now it the give the people there. Forgetting them. But now the giving people there. But the fact that in a dollar now revenue nine they come. So the GDP in expansion inside this short period of time now and in now a reflection of the macroeconomic policy, the fact that government make investment friendly environment, the fact that monetary policy they work. So forex stable. And now if you see what we do, global inflation being the high, it affects the bad one. We don't come up from about 50% to now at 15%, sub 20%. And we know they gladdy because we want for me and they tell them say we go single digit. Because President Bill been doing single digit 2019, 9%. We able to go single digit. And then they need for translates to the bank interest rate. T-bill, government interest rates in the up to 40%, 41, 43. It means the money they did at the bank then for the we want for do business. And the interest rate high. You know, we'll give posting 20, 25, 30% interest rate for do small business, it take a profit. So if we reduce the inflation, we'll then reduce it to sub 20, may can do more 15, 10%, 9%. Then they translate to the government T-bill interest rate as well, if we reduce inflation, and then interest rate to single digits, low single digits. It means that me and you go in a bank and take loan for 10%, not to at 25%. They'll be able to pay. So governments don't they do all of that. The governments don't bring plenty investment. Energy. It really now one of the incidents they not to say we know they say blackouts, they lights they go, lights they come, and if it be stable, you see exactly. No, what's the I mean? That's the no one area with the same, but it's as well. Me, I can like for say na Samaya Bendugu, na Falaba, Sinkunya, na Daru, na Moyamba. Then people there na Sumbuya, they're not being a light, but they like today. They get light. So we also double energy access. Not to say, oh, that blackout in the free town will not happen again. No, number one, it just means say people then Bendugu, people then please then they then self get light.
CM, this energy access where you say on a
double 36%.
36%. Why the people are not the same? Because energy not
the people then within that Sinkunya than the same.
Energy not where you know they play propaganda with. If it day. So when Freetown can shut down the total blackouts, we know. And up till now, with all of these index, then find English that way they talk, that person way they listen to you now. All what you want. Now after a long day from work, you go, you put your switch on, you get light. You open your tap, you get water. You get food for it now your table. That is what people and they feel like say you will deliver where you always they talk about. You don't deliver for them.
So my break this down again, radical inclusion. If you and I respect that. No, we will at some point. No, I just want to give you an example. Can't we might tell you why I say radical inclusion on this. Na Sinkunya, the people then waited it, then get light. Na Samaya Bendugu, the people then waited. Sierra Leone population is what 8 million. Freetown, I don't know, 1 million. Greater 2 million in the outskirts. So if we provide light to Kabbalah, down there they can soon. The cable, even though we'll go put them back, they don't go thief all the transformer there. But more forget that part, they small. But if lights go na Kabbalah and then get light, It not mean say we they say oh we na Freetown and now they like to take Gifalabao. It just means say we they count the people then within a Kabbalah, within a Sinkunya, within a Daru, within a Sumbuya, then self na Sierra Leone there. Radical inclusion, they need to get light.
That's not the big question, CM. Increasing the access. Now the number of people where they connected to the grid on a care about on the light we supposed for come on. Because if you increase the access, say the whole country connects to the national grid, then lights not there, it doesn't make too much sense.
It is a really good question. This is a philosophical question. Where if you say, what do you prefer? May we take all the generation sources and put on a Freetown? May Freetown, wait. May Freetown get 20.
For sure a figure for say, when I don't increase the access, but people know they get the facility.
No, then Motaman, then say na Motaman, then say na Sierra Leone and then.
Be part of the number of increase.
Then get. Yes, because if we not bring services to the people in the rural areas, then we're not just the government for Freetown and industry. We're government for the people within a Sinkunya, we're government for the people within a Limbaya, we're government for the people within a Karine, we're government for people within. So it is a fundamental government question. As government, national development, inclusive national development means say, yes, we want to make me Freetown and Bo and McKinney get more hours of light and not to bottle. And we also want many people within the village themselves get light. So access, energy access, what would the cons? Now we all with the Freetown and then all with the outer Freetown. But even in Freetown, the number of connections in Freetown don't expand and don't grow. Transmission not been there.
Command don't connect, they get the light.
I understand.
So the service for come with the access.
It's a fundamental question. Say if you get, more take this example. You know, mama, we all not come bread. We get one piece of bread. That bread they not go do for you, the mama or the papa, will not go done and quick. You know they do. You go prefer maybe mama and papa eat than belfu, or you go shape and small to all the picking and all the cousin in the house. As caregivers, government na kumbra. We government get one piece of bread. Would they make for make me all man get small. But I hear you. More talk about the infrastructure where they go on for energy. We already don't increase the generation capacity in this country, and then they build more by this December, will they add many more megawatts? By next year, will they add many more? In 2-3 years, will they add many more? And will they build more transmission, more transformer, then more investments don't go inside? And they take time, but will they reach there?
Why, under the bio-led administration for the past 7 years, why things seem to be very difficult for the citizens? Them? Is it an issue of missed priorities or na issues of source of revenue we are not able to generate for feed the needs of the people? Because you have a social contract with the people.
I like that you said
just the basic amenities. The people do not ask for much. I
like that you said sim, because and actually this now the more time I mind, the brain, the human brain, always the compare forward, compare back, and it's okay. We nadan do for they do for nadan they give hope and aspiration. Where they say if you take any indicator, you compare 2018 to now, sim and reality not to the same. Even in a Freetown, we get more light in a Freetown today than 2018. We black out how the number of generation and energy generation with the can
compare how people they get light from 2018 to now.
Here's what I'm. Remember where I talk about the one braid? We get one braid. We get one braid.
We meet steady electricity in a Freetown.
When we take over, we meet the same car power as a stopgap measure. We've been there. When we take over, you get fewer people we've been connected to the grid. When we take over, we been get fewer vandalization of these government assets. When we take over now, we don't go and renovate and expand on. Black Hole will not be in the work. Kintom will not be in the work. We don't go renovate that.
just the light.
I understand.
You don't want nobody underlining problems on meet. As far as Sierra Leone is concerned, we want to take over governance in 2018. Steady electricity.
No, not Sierra Leoneans. A few Freetonians that were connected is not the same as Sierra Leoneans. As far as Sierra Leonean and Sinkunia concerned, it not been get light. One day, as far as Sierra Leonean and Moyamba being concerned, 40 years it not get light. As far as Sierra Leonean and Akonos being concerned, they not been they get light.
As Chief Minister, how you can feel where they see where Freetown they shut down, total blackout.
I feel
everybody
bad.
they cry na social media.
I feel bad. I feel terrible. I feel like that should not be the case. We should not be there. But that also does not defeat the truth. It's true we can get total shutdown because we get a problem with car power or because challenges there with CLSG. It's true. We should have and build robust systems. And it is also true that many more Sierra Leoneans, many more Freetonians today have light than yesterday. And it is also true that ongoing projects like the Kisi terminal, like the solar farm them they build, have more light to Freetown than yesterday, than 2018. I not even made the count before 2018. And it is also true that more homes are connected today than that time. Those things are all true. And I still wish we can be getting more light. The reason you mentioned, say, are they social media a lot? Because I want for Yeri, I want for see, I want for talk, I want for engage with me comping there, with me comping Sierra Leoneans them. Because Chief Minister writes on my forehead, me that Saluma, and the same see services then with the access. What I want people to understand that it is true we want to be here, but it is true as well that we saw today better passes out yesterday and they go in the right direction for go up yonder. That's the fundamental, and it requires all of us for work together for stop the corruption, for contribute to society. It requires all of us. And the second part, just because, and this, by the way, this is very unfortunate. Yesterday on social media, I posted about this tile, this marble tile company, waiting at 91. And then one guy, what's his name? And I will say this not because I want it to be tribal. It's not a tribal rhetoric. It's on my Facebook. But a Creole person. Don't forget his name. 2 Creole people then. Creole. It can't write say, oh, this then na then provincial people there. You know, like it literally attacks say like, oh, now because we come on upline, na make munku, na make they do this. And I mentioned this to say, just because in the past a few people had access to services, and we are speaking about services for all man in an inclusive way, does not mean we're not doing the right thing. We want make many Pekin at the village, they all get school. Just until 2015, or when there's a study that was done, that the literacy rate in all of Sierra Leone outside Freetown was still lower than the literacy rate in Freetown in 1961. So why we do free quality education? Because we want, yes, many people then within our upline, within our village, may then self get opportunity for make them become good contributions to the economy. So yes, the person we been the Prince of Wales like me, we been the member say, I mean, not being with 70 students in a class anyway, we had the PO then sending the. But the person we go the member say, yeah, we maybe the PO then sending about 25 today because they're all na Freetown and come out small area. Now complaints that we don't do free quality education, plenty people they don't care. Then only the members say for themselves and then your small family. But governments, na Cobra governments, want make many people then with themselves. Now one day get this opportunity and then get her. And sadly and unfortunately, that tribal rhetoric, na my Facebook page yesterday, it still did it.
Today we look at the progress and developments in Salon 7 years down the line. And we all know say President Bio gets barely 3 years left for it go done in 10 years in tenure. And for so many people, when you look at these 7 years, it appear like government gets a lot of things on the plates. Well, like I don't take a lot of things. But in terms of President Bio legacies, from the perspective of the chief minister, 7 years down the line, yes, we know say governments are continuity, but waiting na the projects where you go say inside this 7 year, na President Bio begin this and a done a complete na in legacy this way they left.
You know, inside the next couple of years, we get to deliver on many more. But like we saw this today, no sign of the way they go globally, where they talk about education, in which they mention President Bio. And not to Salono, globally, global reform and transformation of education. So President Bio, what he do for free quality education, what he still do when we're not done it. We make that we add 1.5 million people, then build over 1,500 classrooms, train teacher, then do all things in the day. Now then the nine Korea do. Then we meet the Prime Minister of Ireland, who the UN, EU just now. It can't shake President Bio in hand because of that day, because that's so nine Ireland. So then I won. We're not done it, so they continue. If you take gender and woman then, the kind number of women them where they in high level position in today. They elect today, we get 30% women in our parliament. President Bio, who they talk, they want to make 50%, 50, 60%. They want to make town like them Rwanda then. And then they possible. You know what they talk today in our society where you know they talk about girls' protection. The first case we can. People then try nobody no care self. All man are then 15-year-old people picking them in the past year. But they like today, the whole country stops, gasps, says it's unacceptable. So girls and gender participation in public. You know, I can joke with President Bio that it can define itself as human capital development government. I say infrastructure, now you get to be the bread and butter president. But infrastructure, bread and butter infrastructure. Infrastructure, by the time President Bio they done in time, I say 13 major crossing points, you go down build 8 of them. Toma boom, rice, agriculture, rest get for the naya, rest price get for go down by the 10 way they done, infrastructure get for the.
What's in a projection for the
I don't know. The Minister of Agriculture no go glad if agri projection because like money every day me would make palaver. But we get forget. But with the see already. With the see already. Local production of rice don't increase. We'll get more infrastructure. Minister yesterday post was milled, and we get milled, and then woman then will be in the BTS with stick now that machine then they use. So President Bio will be an infrastructure president. Already 18 kilometers of tarred road, over 400 kilometers of feeder roads, and we'll continue for do more. We'll continue for do bridges, we'll continue for do roads, it will do a lot of infrastructure. The one way we're knocking President Bio for governance and call father of democracy really don't continue. We see what's happening post 2023 election. We see people then they say, you get mind for make me you go do independent review of you electoral commission. I say yes, because I been don't suffer from this. Other people they don't complain, say they suffer from this. So I want for make more do that independent review there on good governance. It will be so on digital. I mean, Salon, if you look at the mobile connections, 3G, almost 100%, 4G, I think it was 67, 70%, 5G coverage in Freetown, Starlink all over the country. You get young people then where they come up with technologies. So on digital, President Bio go be a major transformation. So it go holding head high.
You don't talk a lot of things, then you don't give perspective on how progress they on a lot of issues. And today we're not going to talk about politics. Maybe we'll go for another time we'll talk about them. But you self no say popular concern from Sierra Leone and them. Now how much under the travel under this Bio-led administration, starting from His Excellency the President, taken down to una minister them. The last time the President speak on that, he said, ladies and gentlemen, I will continue for fly. He say one for rebrand Sierra Leone. But people or cities in the way they govern don't ask and say why you not go sit down and concentrate for fix the issues them at the ground rather than traveling a lot, using private jets, weighing a burden on governments, whilst governments not able to afford for pay car powership, government not able to afford for pay teachers and subsidy, but His Excellency the President, they spend huge amounts of money on private jets traveling. Why you not go sit down for fix the issues on ground?
You know, citizens have a right to say that, and we have a right to listen and to engage on that. But if you think about what President Bill don't do for this country through an international engagement, then now we for the big and say, oh papa, big do you have for go more? And I don't say this frivolously. Today, Salon, they in a UN Security Council. At the same time, Salon, the chair, ECOWAS, heads of states. At the same time, Salon, they in a EU Security Council. At the same time, Salon, they in a UN ECOSOC. They can't go UN ECOSOC. We get international judge there. All that they bring assets and resources and investments to Salon. BII, British International Investment, don't already put $100 million in Salon because of President Bill in engagement, and don't commit for put another $100 million in Salon for the next 2 years. Now to private sector and investments they go. Now because of President Bill, then engagements and the DFC, US DFC, Salon are the third highest GDP per capita way they na Africa. With US DFC they do that because of President building engagements. Then they we don't see China, the stadium they almost done, the harbor, then they can't start them by the end of this month and don't choose the people. Then we don't see the factory, then we don't can. So it's not go possible for make me dandy happen with President building a state lodge or na states na office yanda. It need for go and engage with counterparts. Then we'll go EU just now. It meets Bill Gates. It meets the Spanish person. Then people then they globally they all they did it. Not to Ghana presidents. And we all been there Abuja and we all been there now Brussels back. And the engagements there for travel more now. It really more now. Not to enjoyment. So when President Bill say they fly back and they go fly for a brand salon, if you can't wait see President Bill, you know it's not comparable from China to Korea to EU to America. It's not comparable to what he don't do. And then global multilateral institution, then they for bring Kana Salon. So what he don't do direct investments to Kana Salon. So whether I fly private. But I'm more talking about this private. Now you get now mentality. Then shut down all of Brussels, them in strike yesterday. The same people, the way they say, hey, why President Bill travel private? Imagine then go, then snap President Bill sit down na lounge because they cancel flights panel because Brussels not they go. Now the same people then they don't go put champagne with country, but these two governments there look now with presidents, one whole president ain't you don't so because they don't lock flights because then President Bill this in time when our president we leader of the country, you know able cancel alone for 1 day because Brussels then cancel, and then the next available flight now 3 seats the day. So now President Bill in personal security and then a whole staff then they come back another 3-4 days. Even though we pull as a country economically, but we not forget poverty mentality now. So the points that we foresee, President Bill not for the fly private. It doesn't. Now this as an example and another example. It's just mentality. We need for shift to mentality from say travel and enjoyment, not to enjoyment. Travel na luxury, not to luxury. Travel na waste of resources, not so true. Travel na work, na hard work, and na efficient use of the resources of the president in time, of everybody in time, for make travel high, they travel. Na poverty no more.
On the state's coffer.
No,
it pause, now a burden on the budget because
it is the cost of running government.
Governments they pay for it.
It's a cost of doing government. Think about this as an investment. We President Biogo Gavi so it means say Gavi. Here's an example. Gavi they prioritize Salon in their new policy. It like how much President Bio inject go cost for make them picking and we get for get vaccine there or mpox vaccine there. It not go compare.
President Bio gets ambassador, they get minister.
Not to the same. It's never. Then minister and ambassador they not go get. You know they sit down with Bill Gates. Then minister and ambassador they know they sit down with the president of the European Union. Then minister and ambassador they not for go and sit down and make them become chair.
When you say yourself not capable for represent President Bio overseas.
President. I can go. Now they go Spain, Sustainable Finance and Development. VP don't go to the VP, they go at the joint VP na Spain. All the other prime minister then they go. Let's Ghana president who will meet Abuja, where they Brussels, they go the back. It is because the world is global, is multilateral. Where VP go, where I go, President Bio they deny. But if President Bio need for go Malabo because now the chair of the Regional Economic Council for ECOWAS, then it go there with the other rec there, the other leader there for the different regions because na AU. Then they not so. Then they na work na salon because we they meet that president. They how President Bio go say okay Côte d'Ivoire we owe now. But do ya na for allow we more to get more lights from CLSG? We're cheaper, by the way. It's only through these diplomatic relations and connections. And they happen at their room, then they will all meet.
And some of them traveling here, you don't make attempts for justify why the president need for go. Let we look at another aspect of in traveling. Then tell me the way the president can go seminars, for example, go be a speaker, for example. That one the way can go at the expenses of others.
The state, I think, again, that's just mentality. Now, we same people then where Obama go seminar or we go speak. Or that we they copy and say, hey, look, Obama, more share. Look what Obama they say. We Ghana president or Senegal president or prime minister go now they share. Hey, look, the Senegal, look what this one. So we, I understand. But presidency, and the states get respect, the states get value, the states get name. We're in a small country, now this wall here, so small, round, now this corner here. But now then they call for Security Council resolution. Now then they call for Africa Union security. Now then they call for UN ECOSOC. Now then investment.
Now the expenses of the state?
It's the state. Now, then would they take and like say, oh, symposium no matter. Now that's the point. But you take about all the bilateral meetings, all the investments with the Kana Salon, all the goodwill of the country, all the national development plan, what they do, not just Salon, the revenues what they collect. It's never going to be enough for lead with development. It's not possible at this time, at this hour. We can see the post then. The money that they do. Who said that money they come on? Now then engagements then they will president build again. Now then engagements and the will they get. Now in the counts that money in this country out. Otherwise, we need pay with tax. There's plenty of we need pay with tax. So those are taxpayer money that they use for fix the country. The private sector, multilateral, goodwill and engagements there. So, and this is really true. Me, I dey tell President Bio thank you for where they travel for we. I dey tell and thank you, pray for and make God give and traveling masses where they go for rich side, they go and come back in good health. And then they now all for they do. For the preference, say we travel, they go, he come. We tell and thank you because na yagba it depend for this country. Yeah. But we change your mentality for say, hey, private jet. Then church people then musician then artists then all now poor. Then Ghana then who can travel in this maybe now we talk about private jet. It's shameful something day. You see all the other country then all they can then park them plane. Ghana go a wave to you. Nigeria can wave to you. So then we the private jet sports instead will make delay small. Now we they sit on there. You know, may we change your mentality small.
See, I'm not saying you left with soon. And you don't talk lots of things that we believe say na progress for the past 7 years under the Bio-led administration. Now you get plenty people who watch you. When things will get better for Sierra Leone?
Things are getting better. if we compare to yesterday, things are better today than yesterday. And our hope is tomorrow, things will be better tomorrow than today. You have people, and when they talk politics, I will come out talk politics, but you have people where their own political relevance, now what's in them they call conflict entrepreneurs. Then let conflicts bad. We palava day, now that's when they make money, that's when they gladdy. You have one of those. And you have other people where they young only political relevance and say, but nothing they work, nothing. Then they give one good idea. They don't get any alternative. Then just they play on the citizen in mind for say, ain't no better. And waiting that we don't work as Combra governments, as governments where they do it, who they do, as governments where they continue for deliver for the people and for say, yes, one for rich here. But we saw they today, better passes out the yesterday, and may we decompose that. So if we talk about that's like the major cost of living, more decomposer, quality education, more decomposer, bread and butter, more decomposer. Plenty day we better, some day we not better. Then one day we not better. If you tell me the one we not better, we decompose her, we be able correct her, or we be able change her, and then not me request for Sierra Leone. But in general, no indicator, not, and collectively, if you take the HCI, the Human Capital Index, the CISA will improve. If you take maternal mortality, the CISA will improve. Take child survival, will improve. Child nutrition, local production of food, energy access. I know people that don't like that word today. Energy access and road connectivity. If we break them down, will they improve? And if they do it inclusively, so that the people within a village, within a Samaya Bendugu, within a Sinkunya, within a Boidu, within a Sulima, then self na Sierra Leone and then we care for the people then within a Freetown, but we self want for make the developments go all sign of the country.
See, we get plenty messages. No, just try for take few.
Okay.
Let you hear from the viewers them. The first one where I go read, it come out from Abdulaziz Jallo. It say, "Good morning, Liberty TV. Kindly ask Chief Minister why we are still paying 10 leons for the Waka Fine buses, even though the price of fuel has dropped from 35 leons to 27 leons. Despite this significant decrease, the fare remains unchanged. Why is that, Mr. Chief Minister?"
We look at more messages. The very first one I go look at on the YouTube channel. It come out from Imran Isakonte. Regarding the traveling, it say, why was he condemning EBK during his tenure and call him reckless traveling?
All right, more messages we don't come. Macmillan Timothy Carter, they say, all right, let's just take one for More Musa. I say one of the reasons why this government failed from their first year in governance is because they are focused on what's written in paper that's handed to them by the then field study. You don't need the European Union to succeed.
We look at more messages. This other one from Abubakar Sidianke Kanu. It said the money President Bio they use for fly, for don't do for pay, car, per ship. We go give people them lights. We look at more messages. This other one say, it come out from David M. Thorley. Say we agree with this government. Na Combra government as una can always say. But this, now we mama inmates, then they only take care of their own blood picking them. Even though some they picking them back, they face hardship.
Lolo Gasparini, they say this man is epitome of wisdom, and when wisdom is speaking, you have no other choice than to keep quiet and listen. Kudos, Chief Minister.
Chief Minister talking about highest per capita in Africa. Do you mean from the behind?
All right, this other one, they say, Chief Minister, one of your strongholds still having energy challenges, Kailaun Town. There is no light in Kailaun Town. The people are sick and tired, CM.
Jibril Bangra says, CM, will you say life is better for the people in Kailaun, Bo, Kenema, and Pujao under this administration compared to the last? Please be sincere.
All right, more messages. We don't come now the program. It's when they say, CM, what is really the problem? All right. More messages. Ben Kwame, they say, in in car power then death letter to una. Then say them begin operating 2018. So this lie about inheriting that ship from the previous government is sad. Shows how una see the citizens like fool.
This one on education is said, where are those classrooms built in this country? Where are the districts and the names of the schools?
Chuku Emeka Taylor, they say, how CM no say the commenters na Creole. Don't assume people are who they are because of the names they carry. What is government doing to stop tribalism?
This one from Mohamed Toure say, Mr. CM, is human capital inclusive of attitudinal and behavioral change? If yes, why this change not positively affects the first? Well, it said the first lady way they directly attack you, sir.
All right, the Dan Sankor, they say the agriculture is growing. For example, we now have more investors into the cocoa sector, given the Sierra Leone's growing cocoa quality and organic niche.
Abdullahi Lukile say energy consumption percentage is not solely based in Freetown but distributed throughout the rest of the country.
All right, too many messages, but because of time, I'll just read one. They'll go come to David for let he go respond. Mahmoud Bade say there is no fiscal discipline. Bio promised he will manage the state resources well, but he's doing the opposite. Sad state of affairs.
Because of time, give time to the Chief Minister for respond. It comes from Kuruma Ishmael Dauda. It say, please CM, remember your boss about Kwedu to Guinea border road because there's nothing good to write him about this road in Kono. All right, a lot of messages, so we go give time to the Chief Minister for respond to the one who don't come in so far.
And apologies if you could messages them. But I guess CM will follow up later.
I will, and I will follow the comments as well. I mean, lots of different areas to engage with on the cost, you know, not so immediate translation to we feel change for one day leads to costs and not change. Now, this will be talked about for like if the price of dollar change, the price of fuel change, the wholesale price change, how then they translate to citizen them. We need for look into that day, and actually we'll be get meeting with the Ministry of Transport on this for see how then go translate that into the future, where the proportion of change that will be reflected in the transport costs as well. I mean, I know they compare former presidents and president, but there's a difference. I talk about reckless travel versus productive travel. Whatever that is, all the travel operators in the build they do productive. They bring more resources for we. They bring more value for we. Not only in a productive travel and that travel they do. Now make they pray for safe traveling masses always and tell and thank you for the yagba way they do. There's a general sentiment that would not so people that so talk and technical policy. You know, they able to transform country without being technical. No country in one day sit on more transform inside one day. You need good policy, you need good vision, you need good studies and paper. We not think we're not one island. No country no they would be able to solve a own problem. Now that make you get NATO, even NATO now they all they combine G7. P5, ECOWAS, we need for all work together. So we partner them now. Europe for invest. Now, will they engage Europe or America or China? Will they engage them as partners, investment opportunities, not to for aid and development, not so bigger relationship will go to them and how they collaborate in a dandy, now matter where you get good technical people with you on your side. Yes, we in a Kumbra government, we in a one country, one people government, we in a radical inclusion government, we in a people that we believe say we forget inclusive, participatory. I can say we in a social democratic progressive government. No, not to mama and mates. This na Kumbra, this na you mama self. I want to make me all man gets like na small. Kailan Pujan, then one and day we suffer from we give them generator, bond, but then fuel, unable to supply and pay for the EGTC, unable to give them the Ministry of Energy, unable to give them the fuel. We apologize. We look just like we do na Moyamba and same Kabbalah we done. We try for make sure say we give renewable energy as well, so it not go link to fuel problem and EGTC problem. But we try for address then the classroom. Then they all say tribalism. We get the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. We get the Minister of Information. They talk about Salon, big pass we all. Now one Salon we get, and we need for actively engage. And the reason we make a mention this, I for call out that we need for call out bad civic engagement for stopper. Otherwise, would they condone her. Did and right, the value of cocoa, coffee, cashew don't go up. That's Salon. You know, President, when they remind me who the Europe say trade, then tell them Brussels, they take mango, then mango, then really good. So we need for make sure say we mango, we avocado, we cashew, then cash crop, then they we all participate and cultivate in that day. The road them. We get many roads: the Koidu Guinea Road, the Kenema Kono Road, the My 91 Mashaka Road, the Zimi Road, Zimi border, the road where they gonna from Limbayana, Oteguna, Mongo. Then roads then they again, President just may remind me, say we just need to do the road again. They say from Mashaka, Tego, that road, that McKinney Road. They say don't get beaucoup pothole there. And so we need for really fair investor. One thing we governments don't do is we don't list about 25 major roads, about $1 billion for do. Each one of them roads they are 110 million, 98 million, 150 million. And so we get them road and they will SLR, don't bring can together what we want for make.
Yeah, people not go happy if you carry this morning, don't spend a lot of time talking about different development progress that we do up under the bio-led administration. You know, throw light and explain about this monetization where you've been talk about, where bring lots of debate, especially the young people who don't find a niche for themselves in content creation. How monetization they work na region like Usai Salon Fanning Safe?
Again, and I'm not keen to talk President Buey name them more because I like how because I'm my boss. But I remember within New York, I forget the musician name. There's a lady. And President Buey been on talk, and then they been there on social media as well. And President Buey called me say, David, I want for me you think about social media monetization. Say I just talked to this artist. It tell me about how in music we make, you know, the value from mine. Other people them they don't. You really need to do this. Now I begin engage with this artist with plenty other people. Then reach out to contact them. All man. President Buey, reach out to Tony Blair, follow up with Tony Blair, engage the CEO of TikTok. So me and the CEO of TikTok, would they go on this regularly? Minister Salima talk to in chief TikTok, then do training for we. All this to say, monetization on various platforms. Certain monetization in a two countries in Africa and then get Kenya, South Africa. Other one then they 4, 5. So for make me the member Salon, that just because of your engagement and in a way not the travel and the social engagement with the other people in there. But I want to tell we Salon young people and say because of we engagement at the highest level and the technical level, TikTok don't do training for we people them Naya wouldn't come. And now some monetization tools don't be available for we na TikTok. And then on Facebook recently, Facebook as well don't make some monetization tools available for we. But not to all man this year, not to all man, you get different criteria than we need for meet. How many? So, yes. So monetization available, certain tools available on a Salon thanks to the. You get some then when advertisements like, and also some of the monetization also involve if Salon people then they advertise on Facebook. Now when you post from Facebook, now you the benefit. So once you can be eligible and you get these in-stream ads, but if now America people they no more they watch than they there, and then the people know they advertise and they they get that money. Oh. So it requires monetization, requires government who they do so. It requires the private sector for advertise, and then because of that money they way you private sector in your country they advertise, now you they benefit from, now you they get back. But it requires that you get a minimum number of followers. It requires that you don't post and get minimum number of views and we did it. It requires that you meet other things then like accounts and you need for set up certain structures. It requires, again, so you get some monetization view, then we know the number, then we know it no matter what side the ads come out just based on what you do. Then you get other one, then we like in-stream ads, so the more require. So with the advocate, you get plenty different social media platform there. With the constant engagement with TikTok, we and the CEO of TikTok would they talk regularly. The minister they engage them, they try for push for make many more. Then they're not available in other countries in Africa. Like I say, it's 6 countries there, some then are 2 countries there more, but we they try for put we say first. TikTok now we main one, and then Facebook. Now they try for more push for YouTube, so we don't get on Facebook now with Meta. YouTube will be a good one, and so important for make more than they. And the reason we make we start at TikTok, by the way, now informed by data and evidence, about 30% of all internet consumption is alone at TikTok. So it means that they we young people in there. It means that they produce content, and I make we start with TikTok. The next main one are Facebook. So Facebook and TikTok now they will start. Plenty of people know they stream YouTube or other side there. So one for starts with the side and with the salon use then the benefit. But I want for show Sierra Leone and then say maybe we don't succeed on opening some tools for monetization and then 2 platform there. I will continue for do more. Instagram now another one we are really want for more push, but because of the relationship with Meta, different CEO them, but with the Feta.
So you're in touch with Meta now?
Yes, we don't be in touch with them for a while. For a while. The thing is salon small. Salon small.
If salon really reach and meets waiting they need, what they require for be monetized. Because if you look at the number of business people where they do adverts locally, even if they agree say salon for be part of, how many people go really make money out of Facebook and the TikTok itself?
A few Sierra Leoneans.
Just an addition, CM to what Mabel say. When you look at country like Nigeria,
yeah,
how people they cash out. In fact, Nigeria, they don't want to know about mainstream media again. Everybody's using the digital space.
Sure.
But salon, is it a cultural thing we make yet still people not able to embrace it? Digital is the way to go now?
I'm glad that we get this conversation, yeah, because Nadande 9 we've been start with many years ago. But then conversation, yeah, they make people understand, say, why we forgo digital, why and how we go benefit. And even the private sector, yes, they find for advertising on radio and put banner, but they encourage private sector for advertise online and with show them with the online, like when I show them, like with online, now they would go. 30% of young people of internet stream, TikTok, social media. So if you want to contact and reach the young people, then go to TikTok, go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, and salon small. The only reason we're going to encourage we so that because we get President B and we get Chief Minister Senghor, they don't encourage you otherwise. Don't to play. That sababude. Now make them encourage we.
All right, Chief Minister, if we perhaps not talk about this a little, although I wrap up the program, so we also go find another time for talk about politics and other emerging issues. Then, but people very religiously they follow you and the First Lady. Don't they sense like there is a Cold War going on? We're following you guys religiously, waiting at the posts, waiting on the trend, they speak a lot. Waiting at the current relationship between you and the First Lady.
I'm glad that you asked this. The First Lady and the Mama of the Nation, the First Lady, yesterday, me and me together in the house. The people, you get conflict entrepreneurs. You get people then just want for people then like palava, then like we boost day, then like we then King Glady when did it happen? If you look at history, First Lady don't travel all over this country together. If you look at the program, then we at radical inclusion, First Lady named inside the book plenty. If you look at Hands of Our Girls, the Waka Way, the Waka, the movement radical inclusion, now a set of individuals, anybody across all aisles, across every now this country outside, we believe in the principles say we for take committed action for work towards a more just society. We not get registration form, we not get, but through action. I sure say instead they take committed action for a more just society, we they do for them, girl picking them, for women there. So yes, they practice radical inclusion policies in the work the way they do. But me and the First Lady, we not get any Cold War. That me boss in WEF. Me and don't waka from all over waka the other day from Kiama Road, Tigona Beach, side by side. We talk the entire time. Like I see me and me together yesterday. We get dinner together yesterday. People then lack negative energy. And so if I write something, then we go interpret meaning to and then say, oh, nah, not that day, I like write, I like for engage. And if you write something, then we go interpret meaning to for say that we. But what did they do for gender and women? Absolutely wonderful, and girls, waiting and which is radically inclusive. Waiting they do in Milwaukee and support of President Bill and the government are glad for and. I mean, I think that yesterday I said to somebody, people then can like for say, oh, you don't sacrifice, you don't do this. And they take cancer and sacrifice at the sacrifice. And they take cancer and honor I get for serve me people them, for serve President Bill and for dinner the government and for interacting this way. And I really believe her. I really believe that I'm not good at any other sign of this country and at this world than USA Sotili because I see the progress we don't make on every indicator. And we not compare government. So
you named all the pop-up as one for the people we want for contest for the SLPP flag bearership. We don't know when we go get opportunity again for post junior.
Yesterday, the biggest newspaper in Nigeria, I see them post. So all let me party in Nigeria. Then they can say, hey, you want to turn president? I see the Nigeria media frenzy all side of Nigeria. And waiting a post. Now that I say, me not chief minister, and Samuel Magai, I don't follow me, Charles Magai, I sabi Samuel Magai in Grand Pekin and Samuel Magai have been statesman. What make I love Samuel Magai is that I mean they're gonna burn the bush for teach, for bring care healthcare. And that man we believe in radical inclusion. I start with party, I come up with one country, one people. I say if I half as good as Samuel Magai, I will consider for take higher steps and future steps. And I really believe her. I really believe, say, in service in this country, not for be by whether you find or whether you get money or whether sabi you. If for be a testament to the service we don't do. If we even more passionate about radical inclusion, past how I'm passionate about
her. So the radical inclusion they consider for succeed the pauper.
Radical inclusion movements, not so like that kind of way.
Okay. Politically, what's
a set of people and we take committed action for a more just society, and that means in private sector, in political life, in justice sector, in engineering. We believe say justice for them.
Politically, what's your biggest ambition in politics?
My biggest ambition always, today, in the future, and for serve the people in any capacity where they. So we may have been students na university, at Totnet, at Kergo Internet, all sides.
Even to the highest office of presidency?
At any capacity, at any level, me are ready for serve this country. Yeah.
So the movement say now then they push you before as the leader for contest for its presidency seat.
The movements not get that capacity, the movements that we all. Something other person there, within the radical inclusion movements, we all go support anybody. We believe in a more just society.
All right. Thank you very much. As always, a pleasure for get you and talk about issues we get for do development as we don't do today. We'll stay away politics. Hopefully, we'll not say in a man with a very busy schedule. We'll go push again for get you look and discuss politics because you know one person you get tantrums them we can throw on social media and spark debates. So maybe we'll get you and your best friend, Honorable Abdul Kabo, forget the debate.
I want maybe Honorable Abdul Kabo or Mayor. You're the Mayor who they na on side because I've been tweet at her. Now he say the Chief Minister is my BFF. So people that na me BFF, Chief Mayor na me BFF, Samuel Kamara na me uncle, Abdul Kabo na me brother. So I will look forward for engage them one day.
All right. Well, you know, from the Chief Minister, hopefully we'll try for set that debate
Sure.
where they all go available and can talk about salon politics and see how governance and the opposition, they collaborate for ensure they then develop and create a just society for Sierra Leone. And many thanks to you, sir, for the watch. We apologize if we're not able to read all our messages them. Continue for Watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get very interesting stories them who they bring Cantona. Mina Khadija Bango, they say have a lovely weekend.
All right, till we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a good weekend and goodbye.
Undeveloped city, then clean. All clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin, not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for Karango, now the one of the two official sites. In order Karango Kisi Bome, in order Karango King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on the ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with your host dirty. We get the one then a council when we don't certify. Say then are approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say then waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no side and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get a gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Freetonians then do the right thing. Because we're not gonna get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not gonna get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. that money wey we dey use for dirty business, you and Wale, we all make up we mind pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty